you? Hi, Sean.
Howdy, Sean. I already said howdy to Sean.
Oh, wait, hang on. I need to turn this light on here. Ah, that's so bright.
Howdy, Pam.
Oh, we'll turn that down a little
I didn't see that on there, but I see Pam.
Let's see.
Uh-oh. I forgot to turn the volume down.
All right. I feel I need to turn this down, too. I already have it.
Oh, did you put mine on Do Not Disturb?
No, I did not. Dang it. I always forget to hit the Do Not Disturb button on Wiley's phone before I go live. So, and he always seems to get a bunch of text messages or phone calls or something. But yeah, what's everybody up to? Hi Pam. Trying to get the camera adjusted just right. Hey Trish, how's it going?
Hi Trish.
Y'all, if you don't mind, please hit that
Peter,
like button
hello.
on the way in. Hey, Peter.
So I know most of you guys that are in here know already, but I believe
Hey, Tamara.
Norwegian Homestead is one that I haven't seen before.
Right, Norwegian. I think that's a new name, new face. Hey, Joe.
Hey,
Cool.
Joe Cool. So, hi, Tamara.
This chair is leaning
So I
forward.
guess this is pretty much just leaning towards them, but welcome.
Dang it, I'm trying to adjust my chair. Okay.
I am actually the one that was commenting a while ago at Working with Wiley, so I have a separate channel at Working with Wiley.
Yeah, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of our work happens. He just got done building a really awesome truck. So if you guys saw our last video, the truck that is in the video is on his channel.
Yep.
And we go live on Working with Wiley at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on Fridays.
On Fridays. Yep.
Yep. Hey Evelyn.
Hi Evelyn.
I think we'll give a little bit more time for people to roll in before we start talking about business. Tasha Lynn, hi, how are you? I was just talking to her in our comment section, and she says that she has a big school bus and she's hoping to move to Arkansas next year.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Come join the family.
Yeah. I checked out her channel. She has. I don't think she's posted it.
Hey Dot.
Hey Dot.
So yeah, we have some kind of exciting news, guys. If
Carol,
y'all haven't
hi,
been paying
happy Thanksgiving.
Hi Carol, happy Thanksgiving. If y'all haven't been paying attention, of course, I think we're going to hold off just a little bit, let a few more people roll in, and before we get into it. But man, what a surprise!
I'm blown away, guys.
Yeah, and it's really not that big of a deal, I don't think, but it is for us. It is a massive deal for us, guys.
Yeah. It's huge. So, yeah.
Hi, Elaine.
Yeah, just say happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanksgiving's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. What has everybody got planned? Is anybody going traveling? Everybody staying at home? What's going on?
We typically go to Wiley's brother's house, and we usually stay all day. We have a really good time. We eat and we just have a really good time.
Yep.
Ben's Over Acres, hi, how are you?
Sorry for that noise, because that is Jenn's not turning on my Do Not Disturb.
I wonder if I can do it before I think I can do it without messing this up. Let me see, hang on.
There you go.
All right, okay, yeah. I just made the camera.
You just made everybody dizzy.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thanksgiving at home with the usual fixins.
I started cooking stuff yesterday, and I'll do more preparing today. Did you ever get the smoker ready for the turkey?
Ready. It's going. It's ready to put it on.
Is it on already?
Yep.
Like turn up.
Yep.
Crap. Well, we need to get our turkey on
It'll
the
be
smoker.
good and warm by the time we get there. Yeah, I'm smoking a turkey tonight, so it's going to smoke all night long.
And then we'll be making a few things in the morning before we go, because then we can just cook them once and not have to cook it and then reheat it. So.
But getting everything ready yesterday and today, she has been getting everything ready to where it's all, we just got to throw the ingredients together and throw it in the oven.
Yep.
So.
Yep, I did most of my prep work yesterday. All my veggies are cut up. All my garlic is minced. Everything is ready to go. It just needs to all be thrown together.
So she was letting, hey T.
Sean said they're traveling to Kelly's sister's house, and Trish said that her son has to work tomorrow, so they'll have their Thanksgiving on Friday.
So, yesterday, Jenn, my signature potato salad that I have to make every Thanksgiving and every Christmas. Jenn was getting everything prepared yesterday, chopping everything up and getting it all ready. That way I can throw it together tomorrow morning. And she was letting Lily help her. And, of course, for y'all that don't know, Lily's our 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And
she's our really great helper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jenn put onions in the blender to just, mince them up a little bit.
And then I turned my head to change the song on the radio. Because we were listening to music on YouTube, and so I turned my head to change the song, and I looked back, and she had made onion juice. she held that button down until it was completely liquid.
She spent a little too much time.
Yeah, it didn't take time at all. But
hey Lori,
how's it going? So I think I'll actually do more of that and do it on purpose, and then just put it in the freeze dryer and make some more onion powder because I ran out. So
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Would it be better to do it in chunks in the freeze dryer and then blend it after that?
Well, I don't know because that's already blended, so you can't add chunks back to it. But last time we did it, I cut it into rings, onion rings, and then put them on the freeze dryer trays and dried it, and then I used the I can't remember if I used the food processor or if I used the coffee grinder to grind it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it turned out really good that way.
It did. It turned out really, really good. Yeah. Yeah, oops. Luckily I had extra onion. Something.
Did we miss something?
Elaine said she was gonna go to go 3 blocks for as close to a family meal as able. She said she was gonna go. Someone was gonna go to their kid's house, but their kid is sick. Their kids are sick, so they're gonna stay home. Oh, that's Ben's over. Acres.
Yep.
I saw it. Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Howdy, Paul.
Welcome.
How come he still has a wrench?
Because we love Paul.
Yeah, but he's mean.
Not to me. So guys, we're 8 minutes in. I think that a lot of people that are gonna come are here already.
Yep, looks like it.
What we're really excited about, guys, is I don't know how many of y'all saw our last video, but it has blown up. Like for us.
It is over 10 times better than any other video we've ever done. All the analytics on it is saying, well, it was like 10 times, wasn't it?
10 times better than any of our other videos.
Yeah. So as of right now, we're looking at 30,000 views on our last video, guys, and that's
crazy.
I know to a lot of you guys that probably don't mean much, but man, that is unbelievable.
The land video.
Yeah.
We went to visit our off-grid property in Arkansas, and we noticed that our neighbors had put up a string line to run a fence, and it is not a straight line at all, which we understand. It's over a 900-foot span. I think it's 922.5 feet or something. Yeah. And so it's a long span through a heavily wooded area. It would be hard for anybody, even with the right equipment, to get that straight line. I mean, I know a surveyor could do it, but after I got into looking into it, there's a whole lot of geometry that's going on, and it would be really hard to get that a completely straight line without clearing it first. So,
hi, Bev.
We do plan on going camping at our property next week.
Yep.
And we should be there most of the week making several videos for you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of work done. We will be there, like I said, most of the week.
We're going to be trying to clear out spots to put the buses, and get that all cleaned out where we can, maybe like next trip I can load one of the buses up and take it. And so each trip we go, we can start taking some of the bigger items like that, get spots for everything made, and start taking some of the bigger items. Yeah, Tamara, it's going to be cold. I think that actually during the day they're saying mid-50s, so that's not bad. I mean,
and it's not supposed to rain.
Especially when you're working, that's not bad.
So, Atasha Lynn, they're nothing special.
Yeah, no. Buses are nothing
special. The kids.
Hi, Cece.
Hey, Cece. The Hill Logic guy, his name's Cece. He's our neighbor currently in Oklahoma. So
the two little ones have been over there working for him all day.
Yeah, they went over and
He's a slave driver.
Yeah.
They come down here wore out complaining because they worked him too hard.
Saying they were starving.
Hi, Cindy.
No, I'm just kidding.
They went over there and raked mulch.
Yeah. Hey, Lynn, how are you?
Yeah, I totally agree with Cindy. She said to do something before we build a fence. That way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to get something figured out on that. Yeah, definitely before we build a fence.
We are definitely leaning towards getting a survey, but I don't know how soon we will have the $1,800 to pay for that, because $1,800 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paul. Let's see. I'm scared to read Paul's comments out loud. Hang on.
That's not
How far were they going with that line, though, Paul? Because this is almost 1,000 feet.
Yeah, it's almost 1,000 feet, and it's heavily wooded, so a laser really ain't. I mean,
have a lot of
I
stuff
guess you could set a laser up, and as it hit, you see it hit a tree, you cut that tree out, or you mark that tree, or whatever.
Right.
But you'd have to cut it out to be able to get it to the next.
How much are we gonna have to spend on a lev laser that goes 1,000 feet?
They're not. It wouldn't.
They're not that much.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that much. I mean, and then you could, like I said, you could mark it, and then move your laser to that point, and keep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is you really need to be able to shoot from corner to corner to know you're not off any.
Right.
So,
because if we had to move the laser at all, it'd be. I mean, even a tiny bit at one end
at
is going to be way off over there. Yes.
We are going to.
Yeah, so while we're there next week, we plan to try to talk to the neighbors. Last time we were there, either they weren't home or they didn't answer the door. So we don't know what kind of cars they drive.
Well, I know they have a car and a pickup, and the only thing home was the pickup.
Right.
So
somebody either didn't answer the door or they weren't home. We do not at all intend on starting a fight with them. We are definitely going to approach it in a diplomatic kind of manner. We're going to, we want to talk to them and find out where they stand on it. Maybe it was just a misunderstanding. Maybe they were just trying to do the best they could.
In my opinion, from the way it looks to me, it was probably just them walking through those woods, and that was the easiest route.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and they, it just got off a little bit.
Right.
That's my,
That's what we think.
I'm hoping that's what happened. I don't see them doing it on purpose, really. But I think that, just like anybody else, walking through that heavily wooded area, they just kind of got off a little bit trying to go around things.
Took the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Love it. I can't talk today. No Hatfields and McCoys. Yeah, no.
No, hope not.
No. Nope, we don't want to do that. We don't like fighting with people. Atasha Lynn, am I saying your name right?
Atasha?
I hope so, yeah. She said that her bus looks hippie. It's an old church bus, I think, she said. Looks like Pink Floyd painted it. Or she said, mine is in HAF video. I'm not sure what that means. It was from a church. It's God's hands, but it looks hippie from afar.
So 2 of our buses are church buses. So they was actually the Ford van body, on the front end. So you get in and out of the driver's seat like with a regular door, like a van, but it's got the big fiberglass body behind it. That's a church bus. So yeah, that's. And
we haven't done anything special on the inside of them either.
Not yet, no. Well, the one was already done a little bit.
Which one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have one that it was being built to live in, and it had been wrecked in the front and damaged, so they just gave up on it. But it has solar panels on the top already. It has carpet in it. It has a cool, it has the handicap door in the back, so it's kind of the wide double door.
Yeah. And then they put little cabinet in there that looked like maybe they was going to do a little kitchen or something, but
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it's got a couch in it. I think it had a bed in it. I don't remember.
No, it didn't.
No,
It had a couch, but the couch will have to go. Let's see.
Paul says it has to be a hippie bus for these hippies to love it.
Yeah. I'm just a little bit hippie, y'all. Let's see. Church is traveling art inside. Now it has my king bed. That's all that I've done.
Oh, wow.
Someday, like everything else. Yeah. Right. That's why we still have insulation showing over there.
Yeah.
Because we get it good enough to live in, and then we didn't finish.
Yeah. But we're going to have to finish this place to rent it out before we can move.
When I first got here, they reported me to the town.
That's
I know
funny.
that we're laughing, but like that was probably actually. I could see how that could go wrong fast.
Oh, I could totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
With all these crazy people out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch my words.
That's well, heck, I'm pretty much the same way. Anybody that lives by me is gonna hate me because I'm a junk collector, and yeah, so it don't turn out very good for me either.
Yeah. That's why Jenn and Wiley get along so well. Wiley's an original hippie, and Jenn loves the lifestyle, so Wiley adopted her.
Well, I think that's probably kind of backwards, honestly, Paul. I think Jenn's the original hippie.
Paul, you nailed it. That's what I was gonna say about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
absolutely.
I'm definitely more hippie than Wiley. That won't let me
What
scroll.
happened?
Oh, that
Yeah.
goes. Okay.
One of these days, I'm going to convince Jenn to, trim my beard again.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
And
do
it
it the
won't
other
be
day
so-
before you left, and then we did something else.
Now that I'm looking myself on camera, I keep trying to straighten it out, but it ain't doing a lot of good.
He doesn't ever look in a mirror, so he doesn't even know. Time to get closer to my peace pipe. Nope, Jenn, nobody is more hippie than that old coot.
I don't know. I think so. Jenn and I had this conversation a long time ago, and I think it depends on the area you're from.
Hey, James.
What designation you are. So Jenn's from Northern California, so she's a hippie, and I'm from Oklahoma.
So he's an Okie.
And so I'm kind of. I'm not a big fan of the term redneck. So but I guess more of a redneck. And then, out in the mountains, you're called a hillbilly.
So I'm a hillbilly hippie.
but really, that group of people is there's a lot of the same lifestyle. But, it just depends on what part of the country you're from, what they designate you as. If that makes sense.
Someone makes a joke and you turn it into a lecture.
Dang, she said it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. Yeah, no, I bet it wasn't.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I bought it to make into a schoolie and take it to Burning Man. Hasn't happened yet.
Well, you're glad
Some
you
days
missed it this year, I bet.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was a bad deal. Well, I mean...
You would have got stuck on the way there because
Yeah.
of the protesters, and then you would have gotten stuck when you were trying to leave because of the rain.
A hickerbilly? Yeah, right.
Wiley, you're a good old country boy. Yes, he is, Cece.
But like I said, I'm pretty sure, it's all those people are pretty much the same.
I guess Cece and Melissa are hillbillies too, huh?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. How does that make you feel, Cece? We call our little neighborhood the Hill, and Cece and Melissa call their homestead the Hill Homestead, and so I guess that makes them hillbillies.
Yeah.
I had tickets for this year. I'm glad I didn't go. I bet you are.
Yeah. I mean, from talking to the people that are actually there, I don't think it was near as bad as what the news media and everybody made it out to be, but it was it was a mess. I mean, for sure.
Yeah. It would have been worse if those officers didn't get those protesters out of the road. So, anywho, yeah. Before I go off on a political rant, let's change the subject.
So, Sean said Kelly was born in California and he was born in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's funny. Same with us.
Yep, same with us. Where's Kelly from? Did you ever ask her?
No.
No?
Nope, I never did. Where's Kelly from? I didn't know she was born in California. Kelly and I haven't had a chance to chit-chat much. Whenever we see them, we're usually at an event, and we're either cooking or we're roaming around talking to people. Born in Oregon, raised in California. I was born in California and moved to Oregon for a few years.
I was born in Oklahoma and lived in Oregon for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Trish, you're right. It's hard to believe anything the media says, for sure.
It's almost like, okay, so I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was like the National Enquirer or something, You'd see it in the grocery line at the store, and you'd look over, and it'd be something about, some conspiracy theory, right? And now it's like, that may be the only one you can trust. If I hear it on CNN, MSNBC, MSN, I mean, even most of what Fox has to say now, I'm like, eh.
Paul, that don't count. We run y'all out of here.
Uh-huh. What year's your chassis, Wiley? 2014?
2014. Yep.
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
I mean, depends on which one you're talking about. This one's a 1977.
You're dumb.
Somebody said something I was wanting to say.
Born in Torrance, the Long Beach area. Okay, yeah. I was born in Northern California.
Carol at the Ramblin' Peach went to the Hippie Fest.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Hippie Fest.
Drew went to Descend on Bend last summer.
Oh, yeah, that would have been cool.
And he said it was awesome. He said he definitely wants to go again sometime.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Maybe what I said about the news. I catch little snippets here and there, but I don't waste my time because I don't believe a word they say.
Hi, Kelly. I didn't see you come in.
Hey, Kelly.
Was Kelly the one that answered you? Or did...
I don't know.
Yep, she's the one that answered you.
My son likes to go to Burning Man. I like a good party, y'all, but I'm more about around a campfire. I mean, and not like one you can see from outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically just a huge campfire.
I like my,
Hey, Sid.
Hey, Sid, how's it going? I like smaller parties where you actually can hang out with people and have a conversation and just chill and relax and enjoy a drink together or whatever. And that's my thing. Like, going to a big party where there's tons of people, not really my thing. Yeah. We go to, like, meetups and have a really, really good time, but I'm, like, exhausted by the end of it because I spent, like, 2 minutes talking to every single person, And I want to spend, like, an hour talking to every person because I want to get to know people, and you just can't do that in a giant crowd. San Jose, and then she ended up in Iowa. Oh, T. McD did. Oh, okay.
Natasha said, I felt what you said about the kids not wanting to live in the house. Mine did the same thing and bought campers and didn't want to move back in the house. Yep.
Didn't you say you and your brother had an over...
So whenever I was growing up, guys, I grew up in it was about a 30-foot Nomad travel trailer. And it had a door in the front that you went into the living area. And then it had a door in the back that took you into the back bedroom or think it was like in between a bathroom and a bedroom, and it was a doorway, an exit to go out there. Well, me and my brother thought we was in high cotton whenever my dad went and bought an old overhead camper and backed it up to that second door and built a little about a 6 foot long little hallway in between the house and the overhead camper, and we had our own bedrooms. And guys, I mean, that was, an overhead camper. We was in hog heaven.
It was like
something
having your
awesome.
own house when you're a kid.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun growing up. We had the little overhead park that goes over the cab. We had a foosball table set up under it. And I mean, we was just loving life back then. It was awesome.
That's funny.
You're old.
The only kid that wants to live in the house is Lily, but she's only 8, so.
Yeah.
How many times have
Michael
you said
don't
that?
care. As long as he's got a place to lay down and sleep, he don't care where he's at.
Yeah, in fact, we just recently got Michael an old van. Like an old camper van or whatever.
It's a 95 Dodge van, but it's got the 4 captain's chairs, and in the very back it's got the couch that folds down into a bed, and that's going to be his new home. He's tickled to death about it.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just live in my van. That way, if I need to go anywhere, I'll have everything with me already.
Yeah, right.
Okay, he's 18. He can do what he wants.
So actually, I think if anybody was on my channel over working with Wiley and seen the auction video, during that auction that we had over at my uncle's place, I have a van. I showed the van, and I think I showed the inside and everything on my video. And my dad actually bought the van and then couldn't figure out how to get it running, so I wound up making a deal with him and getting it from him for Michael. So yeah.
Yeah, you can have some of those. Paul said, chain Emily to the stove before she makes a run for it, Wiley.
Yeah.
Wait, why chain me?
Because you
Not
don't
yet,
want to live in
Steve.
the woods.
We haven't been
I
back
don't
over
wanna
there.
live to
We're going back
the
over
woods.
there next week. We're going to try to talk to the guy, and civilly. Hopefully, we can civilly get something figured out.
Right.
But
At least find out where their mind's at on it.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just trying to take the path of least resistance and did the best they could to just kind of get a rough idea. That app that we were using is pretty awesome, but at the end of the day, it's not 100% accurate. Like, we're not going to use it to put up a fence because it's just, not the right equipment for that. Chain Emily before she escapes.
No!
We got to wait till she finishes making desserts for tomorrow. Then
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
can
I don't
run
wanna
chained
be-
up.
I don't want to live in the woods, but I don't want to be chained to anything either.
I forgot what else I was saying. So, yeah, we're going to camp next week.
you was
Why
talking
is
to Steve
everyone
about
so
Yeah.
mean to
property
me?
line.
Yeah, at the end of it, we are hoping to be able to get a survey just in case, because we do have 3 other property sides that we, property lines where we share boundaries, and just in case there may be something arises out of those, we'd like to have a survey of the whole property done just to eliminate any future disputes about that. But I don't think that that's going to be something that we're able to do right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little while.
I don't see that happening until, I don't know, I don't see us having the money for that until like January, unless you get.
Joe, I don't know, maybe talk to them about it and see what they say, but I have a feeling it's going to be out of our pocket. I mean, what are you going to say whenever they say no? I don't guess you can really squeeze blood out of a turnip if you want to go that far with it. So I have a feeling it's just going to wind up coming out of our pocket. I just don't see them jumping on board and saying, "Oh yeah, we'll give you $900." I just don't see that happening.
Emily, Paul said that Wiley's looking for a good old boy to chain you to. He's sold you off for a jug of whiskey.
You really think I'm worth that much? I thought I was like 50 cents.
a 6-pack of cheap beer. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so over there's not very many surveyors over there, and the one we found was out of Fort Smith, and they want $1,800 to do ours.
I'm gonna call around some more. I called and left several messages, and only a couple of them got back to me, and they were both high like that. They said they would give us a little bit of a discount if we convinced Jeff to do it at the same time, and they could do them on the same day.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's gonna be really high. Yeah. So maybe we can find one cheaper, but we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, away from any large towns, and so it's.
Yeah.
I'm sure that people are gonna charge more because we're out in the middle of nowhere.
I know that the day we did it, she just got on the internet and found what we could, and the only few we could was that. I mean, that's just what they told us. So
they're the ones who called me back and gave me a quote.
Yeah.
Emily, Paul said Wiley wanted his old mule back, but he settled for the whiskey.
Why is Paul being so mean to me?
Because Wiley accused him of being mean to him, and he has to prove that he's not a softie.
So now he's
yeah,
mean to everyone.
Yeah.
You have to turn yours sideways. Will yours do that
Except
too?
me.
Oh, screw. Go away.
Somebody.
Evelyn had said they've got an old, her neighbors down the road or something have an old Chevy Jayco.
We should also bring Monopoly.
Yeah, van
I
for
can
sale,
knock
and
the
she
van.
wants it so bad.
Oh.
She said it's really nice and had low mileage. I just can't afford it.
Wow. Yeah.
I wasn't planning on it, but I peeled this part off.
If we had money and room, you guys, we'd have hundreds of acres of cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, you're exactly right. But I mean, it's hard to come up with that money right now. Trying to get ready for the move and all that stuff is going to be hard enough, and then to come up with an extra $1,800 right now, I just don't know.
And worst case scenario, if they put up a fence on our side, then we can still get the survey done and make them move it. But we are going to talk to them ahead of time. We would really like for them to agree to work together on the fence, because we don't want to clear our side of the fence and accidentally be on their side of the fence because we don't know where the fence is. And then I would be mad if somebody started taking down my trees without my permission. So I really want to just be as civil about it as possible and get it done. But at the end of the day, we do need a survey because we do share property lines with other people, and just in case there's ever a dispute.
Tamara, I have a 72 boat tail I'll sell you. Remember that white one we got out of the salvage over there?
Yes, is it over there?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Lynn the Okie asked if we're going to Okie Homesteading Expo next year. Not that I know of as of right now. That'll be right around the time. It's usually in like May or June.
Hi, Charlene.
And we will be moving. We will have just moved to Arkansas. So we will probably be really busy working on our place.
Brett, hi.
I
Jen
don't
was
know if
talking,
we're-
and I forgot to say hi to you.
So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, if we're gonna be able to make it to Okie Homesteading Expo next year.
Yeah, it's tough to say because it's going to be
Yeah.
a bad time for us around that time. So
Paul said, "Sweetie, I ain't being mean to you. I'm waiting for Wiley's balls to grow back and stick up for his daughter."
I mean, I gotta agree.
The thing is you talk crap, and that's what we do. So you just feel like more part of the family the more you talk crap.
What he
Our
said.
our skin around here is pretty thick, y'all. Like it's not easy to offend us.
Sure, got one.
They just did what they could. I did the same thing here with a string, but I accidentally cut myself short, not them. See, and that's what, like, when we were doing our fence on this current property, there was a pin that we couldn't find. We saw it on the survey, but we couldn't find it. And so we ended up going to the next pin, which ended up cutting
Bye,
off
Lori.
kind of a triangle of our property. But we'd rather cut ourselves short instead of somebody else. Just because we're not the type of people to steal something that's not ours.
Yeah.
So.
And Tamara, no, it's set in a salvage yard here in Shawnee for probably 25, 30 years. It's actually got a pretty good body on it, but I don't even think it has a motor and transmission in it. And it's been sitting for a long time.
It had trees growed up both sides of it.
Grode.
Yeah.
Sorry. Grode.
Sorry.
I'm only half listening and even.
We
I
don't
caught
need your
that.
grammar police over here.
Yeah.
Wee woo.
Coming from the homeschooled child, right?
Oh hush. I know.
Hi,
more
Jody.
grammar than
Hey,
you
Jody.
do.
Jody come in while we were arguing with Emily.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and I just got back last night. What, about 8 o'clock? No, 7 o'clock, something like that. Got back from my trip to Missouri. The truck did great, guys. And it was a very, very eventful little trip. So I guess.
Or uneventful.
Or uneventful, yeah, I guess uneventful. We're going to try to make a video out of it, but there wasn't really a whole lot that happened that would made a good video. So
Hey, why don't I put it in the other one? I was already editing for you about the upgrades on the truck. I could use that footage
oh
in
yeah,
there.
yeah, you haven't posted that yet. Yeah, sure.
No, I've been getting ready for Thanksgiving. I've had physical
How
therapy.
dare you worry about feeding us before you work on my video?
I had physical therapy the last 2 days, or Monday and Tuesday, and I had a grocery shop that day. That took like 4 hours because I had to go to 3 different stores to get everything that I needed.
Yeah.
And I didn't wait till the last minute, but I mean, I was only 4 days ahead of Thanksgiving, so next year I probably need to shop like a week in advance.
Yeah. 20,000 visitors in the last live chat.
Yeah, Jody, our if you're talking about our last video that we posted it as a premiere. So that's kind of like a live, but it's pre-recorded video that plays. And
It has actually reached 30K today.
Yeah, it's almost at 30,000.
30K.
views.
We've got like 500 subscribers off of it. We
almost 4,000 watch hours.
We are blown away.
Yeah,
Because that is way more than we've ever done.
And we have to thank you guys for that.
Yeah.
Because if y'all didn't watch it, then it wouldn't have gone to 30,000.
Right.
So
Right.
I can't wait until we can get to our new place and start doing more videos like that.
So James, last Saturday we done a premiere, and it's I don't remember what the thumbnail said. Do you remember?
Thumbnail said we were afraid this was gonna happen, I think, and then the title was "Problems with Our Off-Grid Property."
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
exploding.
wild, guys.
So awesome,
It's yeah. I mean, I know for a lot of people that's not much, but for us, oh man,
It's huge.
that's huge.
Like every time I opened YouTube Studio, or like the YouTube that shows analytics and like how your videos are doing and stuff, every time I open it, it says like this video is performing 10 times better than average.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. She's going to her neighbor's house.
Oh.
Yeah, so Jody won't be alone. That premiere was the bomb, you guys. Thanks. It took me the better part of 4 days to edit it.
It really did too.
It did.
She worked on it pretty constantly for at least 3 days.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, there was a lot of the kids interrupting me, and I was trying to help them do their homework, and I got to stop a couple times a day to feed everybody, and so,
Just stop
yeah.
feeding us.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I mean, she's got plenty on her. She can wait for a few days.
I probably could.
Oh, it's not Happy Thanksgiving from this Englishman.
Why do you sound so evil?
Yeah, James.
Yeah,
was.
James.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We were talking about issues with our property lines.
Yep.
So, I'm sure that everybody already heard to say this, but we need to get a survey done so that we can establish our boundaries. But it's going to be an expense, so we are going to have to wait on that. But hopefully we'll get to talk to the neighbors while we are there next week and we're camping. We'll be there for a few days, so hopefully we'll have a chance to talk to them. And we hope to get their ideas on it and find out exactly, like, I think that they're just taking the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
But
Howdy,
the fact
Ace.
of the matter is that we need to get it established. We need to know where that boundary is.
So the 4 corners are marked. They have the stakes and the pins and everything where they're supposed to be on all 4 corners, but it's 1,000 feet between one corner to the other, and it's going to be hard to get a perfect straight line through there without some special equipment, and of course even if we did it ourselves with special equipment. Because I know how to run all those lasers, and I know how to run all the GPS systems and all that stuff
he got trained to use those machines at his last job when he was building housing additions.
So I could actually go rent the tools to do it, but I wouldn't have the backing that I would if we hired somebody to do it for us. So if we had to go to court,
it's still a he said she said.
Yeah, it's still
thing.
a he said she said thing.
So if we have a non-biased third party who's licensed to do it, then there's no arguing it. I mean, in any case, the judge is going to side with the surveyor, not with either property owner. So he's going to go by what the survey says. So it's important that we get a survey done. It's just going to be a little while till we can get it done. But hopefully we can talk to them. And even if they don't want to be cooperative, we can say, well, you put up a fence and it's in the wrong spot. We're going to make you move it. And then if they put up a fence in the wrong spot, we can make them move it.
Yep.
Thank you, Chandra.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
So yeah, I mean, hopefully while we're down there this week, we'll be able to talk to them, and hopefully everything comes out good there. We'll see.
Yeah.
We've got our fingers crossed. From some of our other friends, they don't sound like they're all that, I don't know, easy of people to get along with.
Jeff says he's already had issues with them.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Tamara said that they're staying at home because their boys are going to be at in-laws' houses this year. And then they're going to have a Sunday dinner. She said she's still cooking. It's going to be untraditional, but warm and fill their tummies.
Yep.
I mean, as long as you're thankful for it, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't even matter if you don't have anything to eat. As you could be thankful that you're alive. And it's all about being thankful for what we have,
Be thankful for food.
Right. The commercialization of the holidays is what makes us feel guilty when we don't keep up with the Joneses, essentially.
Right.
So, good fences make good neighbors. Amen to that. I mean, you can still have bad neighbors and a good fence.
Yeah. Hi, Judy.
It would be in their best interest to share the cost.
Yes, you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll cost us all a lot more money if we have to go to court. So, or they can help us pay for the survey. If we're gonna get our whole property surveyed and that's 4 sides, we should only make them pay for what it's gonna cost to get that one side done. I mean, half of what it's gonna cost to get that one side done. Like,
yeah, Paul.
We don't want to be unfair about it.
You're exactly right, Paul. And
it keeps the bad ones out. Only if you build it high enough and electrify it.
Put like barbed wire on the top
Yeah.
just to make it.
If you want to keep the bad ones out, you've literally got to build like a Fort Knox fence. Or if you want to keep goats in. Yeah.
Dogs.
Right, yeah. We might be. We might find out that we work well together and have things in common and be good neighbors.
You never know. Yeah.
You never know. I mean, we've been really close with a lot of the neighbors we have here.
Be sure to put a warning up.
What, the ones that says we don't call 911? Chain link and barbed wire. Yeah. With all the trees that we take down, we plan on using for, we might use it to build a fence and build kind of like an old-fashioned log fence And then we have electric fencing at our current place for our livestock. So we'll be doing electric fence there too, but we could always add a few rows of electric fence with a wood fence and have a pretty good fence.
Yeah, Paul, you're probably right. You probably could. We probably could do something like that. We'll just see. I mean, we'll find out next week. We'll know how it goes. And speaking of next week, we may not be having our live on Wednesday for sure.
Oh, right. Depending on if we can, we'll try.
Yeah, we'll try, but
the service
signal,
is really bad there.
Oh, my service was almost perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, exactly.
Sean said we call 811. Isn't that Okie or is that 211? 811. I think 811 is call Okie before you dig.
611.
611.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know.
There's too many. I don't know what 811 is.
What does Sean talk about? Oh,
yeah, this property is protected by S&W. Yeah, Smith and Wesson.
Mm-hmm. Jamie, come in. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, how's it going?
You're not. It's Wednesday night, so you should be here. Yeah, we know, but I mean, if we don't have any signal, we ain't going to be able to be here, Paul.
Yeah. Paul also said, "Wait a minute, guys. No fencing till after the kids have gone. Like, we don't want them to be able to leave, so we're gonna put the fencing up to keep them, to hold them hostage.
Build a little house and then build. The
Yeah, most part of it, Ace. We the last video we put out is showing that the neighbors put up a string line between corner to corner on the property, and it veers over onto our. I mean, you can clearly see that the line is bowed out into our property quite a ways. So, I mean, you know, we're not exactly sure because we don't have the fence lines surveyed. So, but we do have the corners of the property surveyed. But it's 1,000 feet in between corner to corner, and you know, it's a very heavily wooded area, so it's hard. You know, you can't see from corner to corner.
And there's big trees, there's little trees, there's limbs, there's piles of brush, there's underbrush. I mean, it's not easy to walk through there. Thanks, Tamara.
Same to you, Tamara. So they, you know, whether it was on purpose or not, I think they just followed the path of least resistance, and it caused them to come over onto our property. It looks like it's probably, I'm going to say 40 to 50 feet in a couple of spots. So it's actually, you know, over 1,000-foot area, 40 to 50 feet of property is quite a bit. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of land.
Considering our property is only 300 feet wide, it's, I mean, 50 foot, that's 1/6.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, we know where our corners are. The corner markers are all there. So, I mean, we know where they are. We found them. We know exactly where they are. It's just in between those corner markers that we're talking about.
Yeah, James, my slick cowboy boots did not do well climbing the hill.
Yeah, because they have no track.
But they're my favorite boots. Like, they're my dress boots, and they're my everyday boots, and they work really, really good when I'm walking around and, you know,
so
fertilizer.
Natasha, no, it's Jeff's new place. So it's Jeff's new place, then it's the neighbors, and then it's our place. So we've got somebody that bought the property in between us and Jeff, and it's those people that, you know, we're having an issue with. I guess, I mean, not really having an issue, but we don't know yet.
Right.
We haven't got to talk to them yet, so we don't know if we're going to have an issue or not. Go cut the brush. The string has to be taut or it's no good. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The problem with that is, Jamie, you've seen that property out there. I don't think you're going to pull a straight string line from corner to corner. I mean, it's going to take a lot of work to get that done. Happy Thanksgiving,
hey,
Donna.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Oh, gotcha. I like that one. Why does it look so flat in his videos? It's teasing me. Yeah, flat is not flat, right? I was afraid I was going to slide down that mountain, guys.
Oh, yeah, with our property, it looks flat. On video, it's not, guys.
No,
it's
not even close.
Yeah.
No, from our our northwest property pin, which is the very front of our property, to our southwest property pin, it's only 322 foot span, but it drops over 100 feet in elevation. So it's quite a drop.
Who said
Let
that?
the seller deal with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been in this situation, guys, so I have no idea how to handle it, to be honest with you. But we're just going to go talk to them.
Oh no.
We're going to go talk to them next week while we're down there, and we'll just see. I guess just baby steps.
Right.
Do what we can and figure it out from there.
We were told, so one of the, I don't know how to explain it without giving y'all all the backstory. Hey, Mama V, how's it going? But I better make it quick because it's getting close to Mama V's
Yeah, you
time.
got 10 minutes.
Yeah. So one of the neighbors of the original property, a land developer bought the property, divided up into a bunch of acres. Well, one of the neighbors that owns property next to this new addition came over and he was talking to us, and he said that one of the reasons the previous buyer walked away is because they had the same argument with the people that own the property on top of the mountain. Because when the old man that sold the whole farm, he ran cattle, and so he just kind of ran the fence at the kind of where it started getting steep going up the mountain.
At the foot of the hill.
It just kind of goes with the lay of the land. It doesn't actually, it's not a property line. But this fence is really old, and it kind of cuts our property in half diagonal, like almost from our northwest property pin to our southeast property pin. And it kind of cuts it in half in like two long triangles. And so that's another reason we want to get the survey, is because we anticipate running into issues with the people that live on top of the hill too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Sugar gets more than vinegar, right, Jamie?
So Jamie said that they expect a ski slope. Me and the kids have already talked about it.
Except
Jamie.
it would be a water
yes.
slide.
Yeah, it's going to be a water slide, not a ski slope. But yes, me and the kids have already talked about that.
Or
we
we've
could
talked-
do it
we've
down
talked-
the driveway and then make like a big puddle or pool down in that opening where the house used to be.
Yeah.
We were talking about down the power lines.
Yeah, we're talking about down the power lines.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a
we could-
100-foot drop in a 300-foot span.
Yeah.
So you better have some brakes, is all I can
Yeah.
tell you.
We can zip line from our house to Jeff's house. Only way to get right, and yes, surveyors must. Right, because
Lily,
the
move it.
because the judge will always side with the surveyor. So even if we were to skip the survey and take them to court, the judge would order a survey anyway. So might as well just get it done and keep it out of court and
Right.
not have to pay lawyers and court costs and all of that. So
And you never know. I mean, I've heard of people that's had paid to have professional surveys done and still had to go to court over it. So, I mean,
Mhm.
it just depends on their attitude, you know?
Yeah. If push comes to shove, maybe we can shove them out and then we can split that property with Jeff.
Yeah, right. Right.
Because I have to be provoked to be mean. Like, you've really got to do something to make me mad for me to lose my cool. And, but when push comes to shove, I shove back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got 65 people in here and 44 thumbs ups, guys.
Holy moly. Y'all better be hitting that like button. No, I'm just kidding. Please hit that like
We
button.
can have a contest on. Whoop.
We can have a contest on how much air we can get coming off that slope.
Yeah, right. I told the kids, so about a quarter mile down, you follow, if you bite with your eyes while you're standing up at the top, you follow with your eyes the them things that run overhead.
The power lines?
Power lines. Follow the power lines with your eyes, and about a quarter mile down the road down there, there's a pond. And I was like, y'all better be ready to catch that pond when y'all come off this mountain.
Yeah. We could even put a little bit of a ramp coming down that steep hill and hit that ramp, and you'd fly forever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to land, but
Well,
yeah.
so Paul, between us and Jeff, there's about a 15-foot spot that's flat. So we can get to our place from Jeff's without having to go up the hill.
Yeah.
You know, we've got about a 15-foot area that's flat.
Well, that's
But then
the
from
driveway.
there, it goes straight up the mountain.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Chandra, yeah, we know Gary. He did used to do zip lines, and
Yeah.
I knew he was going to put one up for the kids. That's one of the reasons we mentioned it, because when we did our party in August, and everybody came over, we had a barbecue, we had so much fun, and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'd actually be able to do that because it's an easement, so we wouldn't be able to put something up like that.
That would be cool.
Not anything that's permanent, at least, because we'd have to take it down if we knew the power company was coming.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we can't have fun, like, before they get there.
We'll have to do it a couple yards away from the power lines.
Yeah.
But you have to be like 20 feet.
Bye, Cece. We love you.
Still.
Bye, Cece.
See, or Melissa's probably about home.
Yep.
He
He's
can't
got to
get-
go open the gate.
Yep.
He can't get caught watching us.
So, you know, I've been in Arkansas 30 plus years. The kind of people you're living next to. Yeah, exactly. Legally all wrong. You're exactly right, Ace. I think that's where we're at right now. Once we find out they're going to be hard to get along with, then it might be a different story. But, you know.
But we're not the kind of people to be ugly just to be ugly. Like, they're going to have to... I don't know. I wouldn't want anybody to try to push me away, so I try to treat people how I want to be treated. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to stoop to someone else's level either.
Well, Jamie, like I said, you're right. All four corners are there. We know exactly where all four corners are. They've all been pinned, and you know they've got the survey markers and the pins and everything in the ground.
We've even got copies of the legal description with exact, like, directions and measurements and everything. Like, it tells you.
It's just from corner to corner is 1,000 feet. And to be able to walk a straight line through a wooded area to find that fence line is where the problem exists.
And even if we are confident that we found it, it still can be argued. They don't have to take our word for it, just like we don't have to take theirs. But bye, Mama V. We'll see you soon.
Yep, we'll see you in a few.
They don't have to take our word either. You know, if we put up a fence before they did, there's nothing stopping them from contesting it either.
Right.
If they feel like we're in the wrong, you know. But if we we would pay for a survey and they would mark about every, 25 feet.
It's
or
really
something,
it's at your request. So if you want one every 10 feet, they put it every 10 feet. I mean, it's just going to cost you more.
Yeah.
But, you know, usually it's like every 50 feet or so they put a marker, you know.
Yeah. And so the surveyor would actually mark the fence line along the way, so we would have a straight shot and we would know that's exactly where that line was. Because even if we cleared it and we ran a string and we knew exactly where it was and we could say, look, here's our pin and here's our pin and that's a straight line, they don't have to agree with it.
Right.
But if a surveyor says it, then it's going to carry a lot more weight.
Because, you know, surveyors are insured and, you know, everything for those reasons. My old boss.
Bye, Charlene. Sorry.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Charlene. My old boss went and bought all the equipment to do that, and I was trained to run it. Actually, he wanted me, I was trained by him. He wanted me to go to school and get my license to run it all, but I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, and now I'm like, why the heck didn't you do that?
But I know how to run it all. Bobby, he said he was in Arkansas. Or he said he was in Arkansas for 30 years anyway. I'm assuming he's in Arkansas now. Never ever buy land without a new survey. Having old Oh, what happened? It jumped on me. Where did that? Well, oh, she retracted her message. Survey work pays well. Yeah, James. So I was a dozer operator, and we was doing housing additions, and we done all that stuff ourselves. It's Mama V's turn.
Yeah, it is. So the land's already been surveyed, but the fence lines aren't marked. So there is a plat on file. We do have a copy of that, but we should have we should pay for a survey.
Natasha, yes, you're right, but me and Jen looked into it, and
you have to have a bachelor's degree in like science or
geography or something like that.
There was like 3
can't remember
different
what it was.
degrees that you could have, but you have to have a bachelor's degree, and then you have to like intern for a certain amount of time.
And guys, I've got an 8th grade education.
Yeah,
and that ain't happening.
I have a bachelor's degree, but it is not in science or geography or whatever it was that you had to have whatever a BSA is. But you have to actually have a college degree to do it and stuff. So we looked into it because we're like, heck, if it's that short-handed and you get paid that good, why not do it? But it would take us 10 years to get a license to do it.
Yep.
Which might be worth it for some people, but I don't think that's the field we're going to go into.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
We're
Mama V, we're already encroaching on Mama V's time. Everybody go over there and say hi to her. We're going to get off here. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.